Number 9. Like many American muscle cars, the Pontiac Trans Am became immortalized in film thanks to Smokey and the Bandit. The black and gold car driven by Burt Reynolds left a lasting impression, but unfortunately, its performance never quite lived up to the image. In 1978, the Chevrolet 305 engine produced just 125 horsepower and 245 pound-feet of torque. The 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint felt endless, taking 12.9 seconds. In 1980, the Pontiac 301 Turbo was introduced, producing 210 horsepower and 345 pound-feet of torque. This cut the 0 to 60 time down to 7.9 seconds, an impressive figure at the time. However, it also brought added complexity and reliability issues. Number 8. Ford introduced the Fox-body Mustang in 1978. A year later, its corporate twin appeared as the Mercury Capri, intended to be a more upscale pony car. It carried unique Mercury badging to distinguish it from the European Ford Capri. Engine options mirrored those of the third-generation Mustang, and 1980 marked the weakest performance year. The legendary 5.0-liter was not offered in 1980, leaving the 4.2-liter V8 as the top engine choice. It produced just 118 horsepower and 194 pound-feet of torque. Even worse, the 2.3-liter turbocharged four-cylinder delivered similar output. Paired with a 3-speed automatic, the underpowered coupe required 12.8 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. Number 7. Like many American automakers in the mid-1970s, Pontiac was forced to downsize. The Grand Prix nameplate dates back to 1965, but by the fifth generation, the once large personal luxury coupe had become smaller, more fuel-efficient, and less exciting. In 1980, the 4.9-liter V8 was replaced with a smaller 4.3-liter unit, producing 125 horsepower and 210 pound-feet of torque, resulting in a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 14.0 seconds. In 1981, Oldsmobile introduced a 5.7-liter diesel V8 producing 105 horsepower and 205 pound-feet of torque. It proved expensive, unreliable, and painfully slow, taking 16.4 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. Number 6. Large, comfortable, and quick. Those words perfectly describe the original 1964 Oldsmobile 442. The second generation improved things further with a massive 455 cubic inch V8. After that, the decline began, bottoming out in the fourth generation. The reliable Chevrolet 305 V8 remained, but it produced only 160 horsepower, resulting in a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 10.5 seconds. A 5.7-liter V8 introduced in 1980 made 185 horsepower, but barely improved performance. A 5-speed manual was available, though most cars came with a 3-speed automatic or 4-speed manual. Number 5. Despite strict emissions regulations, several large displacement muscle cars still existed in the mid-1970s. The Ford Gran Torino sat above the Mustang in Ford's lineup as a larger, more luxurious model. The range-topping engine for 1974 was a 7.4-liter 460 V8. Just a few years earlier, a similar engine produced over 400 horsepower. But by 1974, it was rated at only 220 horsepower and 355 pound-feet of torque. The Gran Torino was big and heavy, requiring 9.6 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. Though it gained screen fame in Starsky and Hutch, real-world performance was far less dramatic. Number 4. The second-generation Camaro debuted in 1970 with respectable performance, but output steadily declined after 1971. By 1975, the strongest available engine was a 5.7-liter V8, making just 145 horsepower. The optional Z28 package offered minor improvements, and later that year, output rose to 155 horsepower, hardly transformative. Torque peaked at 250 pound-feet. Depending on configuration, 0 to 60 miles per hour times ranged from 10.5 to 12.0 seconds. Number 3. Often credited with launching the American muscle car movement, the fourth-generation GTO revealed how quickly things had deteriorated. Fortunately, it lasted only 1 year. Built on GM's X-body platform, shared with the Chevy Nova, it felt more compact than its predecessors. The sole engine option was a 5.7-liter V8, producing 200 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque. With a manual transmission, 0 to 60 miles per hour came in 7.7 seconds. Automatic versions required 9.5 seconds. Number 2. One of the most iconic American muscle cars, the Dodge Charger, could not escape the oil crisis. The fourth generation debuted in 1975, offering V8 options ranging from 318 to 400 cubic inches. But power was drastically reduced. In 1976, the largest 6.6-liter engine produced just 185 horsepower and 285 pound-feet of torque. With a curb weight of 4,250 pounds and a 3-speed automatic as the only pairing for the top engine, the Charger reached 60 miles per hour in 11.0 seconds. Number 1. Most American performance cars after 1971 suffered dramatic power reductions, and the Mustang was no exception. Though technically a pony car, it had long offered performance variants that blurred the line into muscle territory. The second generation was downsized to meet demand for better fuel economy. Lee Iacocca made the most of a difficult situation, but performance nearly vanished. Even the strongest 4.9-liter Windsor V8 produced just 142 horsepower, an underwhelming figure even in King Cobra form, resulting in a 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 10.5 seconds. Despite this, the Mustang II sold over 1.1 million units between 1974 and 1978, and was named Motor Trend's Car of the Year in 1974.